Namaskar and good morning, you all. First of all, it's a great privilege and honor for me to extend a very warm welcome to you all for the 11th Capacity Building Program in Field Administration for Public Policy and Governance for the Civil Servants of Maldives. So, first of all, I welcome my Director General, NCGG, Sri V. Srinivas. He is a Secretary in the Department of Administrative Reforms, Ministry of Personnel in Government of India. I welcome the participants from the Maldives. You are this time, sir. They have deputed as senior civil servants. My colleagues, Dr. A.P. Singh ji, Dr. B.S. Vij the team, this Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Dr. Mukesh Bhandari, Brajesh, and all teams of my NCGG. Ladies and gentlemen, I only would say a few words that it's a the present training program is conceptualized with the broader objective of sensitizing the participating officers towards the finer aspects of good governance so that it will enable you to effectively discharge administrative duties at your field, not only for the professional level but the personal level also. So only my Director General will give the inaugural address. But one thing there is a very important in my institute. You can say that it's a Senate of India in administrative aspect. It's a very apex level institute, the Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy, and we are sitting here. And the senior civil servants who govern the country, they are they had the training. They are taking the training from this institute. So you are very fortunate. First of thing I would like to say. Second thing is the discipline is very important in our institute. So kindly keep the discipline inside class and the outside class. And there is a very important session in this schedule is the ethical perspective in good governance. You will be very benefited. So thank you so much. With hope that wish you a very good day and thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And now I will request the participants, the officers from Maldives, to please come on the dash one by one and introduce themselves to the Director General, sir. Please come one by one. Please, please come in.
Good morning, all.
Please introduce just your name and designation.
Yes. Good morning, all. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Shahina Said. I'm working in Ministry of Islamic Affairs, Budget Section.
Thank you. Please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ismail Zain Umar and I am Assistant Director at Aviation Security Command.
My name is Rahman Abiya. I'm working in Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, Finance Department. Assalamu I'm Ahmed Rashida. I'm working at the Health Center, Assistant Community Health Officer.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mariam Rashida, and I work for the telecom regulator in Maldives as a licensing officer. And I take this opportunity to thank NCGG and the Civil Service Commission for arranging this kind of program, and I look forward to gain some knowledge at the end of this program. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mohammed Shifa. I'm a leading teacher from Kela School. I have been teaching secondary mathematics since 2015. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I am Principal Sharin Mahmood School.
Good morning, sir. I'm Toha B. Mulak School Principal.
Good morning. I'm Ali Mufid, Principal, Mahmood School, Ministry of Education. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Ilma Ibrahim, a senior registered nurse from Tatumar Fushi Health Center.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm Ismail Rashid from Nelladu School, Principal. Thank you.
Rahman Rahim. Good morning, everybody. I'm from a Center for the Holy Quran. I am director.
Good morning. My name is Ibrahim Samir, and I work as the Secretary General of Media Council.
Next, please.
Good morning. I'm Ali Ahmad, Town Mother of the School Principal.
Go for it, please.
Speak loudly.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm Abdul Mohsin from Ahad Al Hanimad School Principal.
Good morning. My name is Mohammed Zubair, and I work for Ahad School as a principal. Thank you.
Please come.
Good morning. I'm Ali.
No mobile. Next, yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm Amit Shehnaz from Formula City Council. I have worked so many departments in Formula City Council, and currently I'm working in Social Service Department. Thank you.
Morning. Good morning. I'm Ibrahim Rashid. I'm Ibrahim Rashid from Civil Service Commission, working as a training and development executive. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mahmoud Maruf from Fafiyali as a community health officer.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, sir. My name is Ali Hisham. I'm from Mamigili Health Center. I'm working as an administrative officer.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. My name is Aishat Salima. I'm a registered nurse from LHL Kurendo Health Center. I'm Zidna, of Defense Director.
Good morning. My name is Ahmad Abdullah. I am principal of Kimbido School.
Good morning. My name is Aishat Shiraz. I'm from Formula City Council.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Shafiq. I work for North Territorial Council as the Secretary General of the Council.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Nasir. I work as a school administrator, Samayato Education Center.
Good morning. My name is Abdullah Adil. I work as a senior administrative officer at Alifushi Health Center.
Good morning. I'm Abdulaziz Ahmad. I'm working at Ministry of Home Affairs. I'm a Director of Corporate Affairs.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning. My name is Manish Abdul Rahim. I work in Gaddu Health Center as senior administrative officer.
Good morning. I am Muhammad Amir. I'm working for immigration, Maldives immigration as an immigration officer, senior immigration officer, and I'm working at the airport border control.
Good morning, sir. My name is Muhammad Abu Bakr. I work in Hamburger School as an English teacher. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amnat Hussain. I'm a human resource officer. I work at Ministry of Youth.
Good morning. My name is Najma Muhammad, Account Officer in National Center for the Arts.
Morning. My name is Ahmad Ilham. I'm working in Promoted Timor Free Council as a Assistant Council Executive.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmad Shah. I am working in Yearly Council as a senior council officer.
Good morning. My name is Aminat Nafa. I'm working at the National Social Protection Agency as an assistant director.
Aishat Ibrahim, National Archives of Maldives, HR officer.
Good morning. My name is Amnat Farah. I'm working at IGMH Finance Department as an accounts officer.
Good morning. I'm Razana Rashid. I work as an assistant director at Kafta Family and Children Service Center under Minister of Gender and Family Social Services. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. And now I will request the team leader of this delegation, Mr. Ibrahim, to please come and address the gathering, please.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, graceful and warm morning to our most valued chief guest and also the NCGG team and all gathered over here. It's an honor to have been asked to speak on this occasion on behalf of our team. First of all, let me thank the Honorable Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Narendra Modi, for initiating this capacity building program for Maldives Civil Service. I take this opportunity to thank the Indian government for the warm friendship and the cooperations between India and the Maldives. And I'm also optimistic that the bilateral relationship between, due to this program, will be stronger. Further, I express my gratitude to the chief guest of this opening ceremony who spared the time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. As you know that it is impossible for something like this to happen in a matter of overnight. So a lot of planning is required. So I take this opportunity to thank the NCGG teams as well as the Civil Service Commissions for their dedications. I want to express that we are very much grateful to be here in India for this program. And I feel this training program will expand our mind and soul and enhance our talent throughout this program. And it has been great pleasure to be here in this beautiful city of Missouri. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim, and ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great honor and a privilege to welcome and introduce to you all our Director General and Secretary to the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances and Department of Pensions and Pensioners Welfare, Sri V. Srinivas. Sir is a very senior IS officer belonging to the 1989 batch, and he represented India on the Council of Administration of the International Institute of Administrative Sciences, Brussels. Sir holds a master's degree in chemical engineering from the College of Technology, Osmania University. He has also served as a special secretary, additional secretary, and joint secretary and deputy secretary to the Government of India. He also served as private secretary to the finance minister and private secretary to the external affairs minister, and as advisor to the executive director in the International Monetary Fund, Washington, D.C. between 2003 to 2006. He has also served as chairman of the Board of Revenue for Rajasthan Ajmer, with additional charge of chairman of the Rajasthan Tax Board, and as secretary to the government of Rajasthan in Planning, Health and Science and Technology departments. He has represented India on the International Cotton Advisory Committee from 2010 to 2013. He has authored two books, India's Relations with the International Monetary Fund, 1991 to 2016, 25 years in perspective, and Towards a New India, Governance Transformed, 2014 to 2019. He has 181 papers and articles on public finance and public administration, and he has delivered more than 85 auditions. He is a senior administrator, a respected academician, and an institution builder par excellence. I will request sir to please give the inaugural address.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Dr. Poonam Singh ji, Dr. A.P. Singh, Dr. B.S. Bisht, all senior faculty of NCGG, the delegation from Maldives, Mr. Ibrahim Rashid, the team leader, and all participants, 40 participants in the delegation. Let me extend a warm and hearty welcome to each and every one of you. It is the 11th capacity building program, and the date doesn't seem so far away when I and Dr. Poonam Singh visited Malé to formulate how the first training program would be formulated. And in our discussions with the Vice President of Maldives, as also with the Capacity Building Commission, we had identified the roadmap of this that was envisioned by the Prime Minister of India and the Honorable President of Maldives. And that envisaged a collaboration between NCGG and Capacity Building Commission of Maldives for training 1,000 Maldivian civil servants. This was also supported by the Ministry of External Affairs, the High Commission of India to Maldives, and the High Commission of Maldives to India. And this vision was turned into a reality very soon. And today we have more than 350 civil servants of Maldives who have visited the National Center for Good Governance at Mussoorie and Delhi. So this is the 11th capacity building program, and what we noticed in the previous 10 programs, each of which was of 2 weeks duration, was very enthusiastic participation. They were quite rich in content, and a lot of experience sharing of the Maldivian civil servants was seen. In fact, mid-career capacity programs are intended to update the knowledge base of the participant in the context of a rapidly changing policy environment and to develop competencies for the job profiles that you will be taking up. They're also intended to enhance the formal qualifications and create greater confidence in an officer. So in the 2 weeks that you're going to be here, the broad nature of subjects that would be covered include public policy and governance, India-Maldives relations, ethical perspectives in good governance, motivation, regional cooperation initiatives in the Indian Ocean region, stress management, knowledge management, performance management, e-governance, improving public service delivery, project management, public grievance redressal, public-private partnerships. There's also area development programs like the aspirational districts, gender and development, Then Skill India, economic empowerment of the citizens. There's also agro-based practices in the coastal areas, tourism, the potential for growth, then district level innovations, state level innovations that have been taken up in governance, as also environmental impact assessment, interpersonal skills, leadership and communication, and total quality management. Uh, You'll be busy from 9:30 in the morning till almost 4 o'clock in the evening. So it's a lot of classroom sessions in the first 1 week. And Dr. Singh ji has designed a very strong program. I think you all can sit with her during the coffee break to understand how each of these sessions has been curated and who would be speaking in these sessions and what is the background papers of these sessions. There is a local visit to Mussoorie, and after that, the second week is all in Delhi and Dehradun. So you'll be visiting Dehradun Smart City and Urban Housing Project and reach Delhi on Monday evening. Yoga is a huge passion in India, and I'm sure many of you must be practicing yoga in Maldives. How many of you do yoga? Can you lift your hands up? Only one hand has gone up. Only two. That's it? Only two people do yoga? Okay, but I'm sure after you visit the Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga, each one of you would be doing yoga. I think it is a most essential skill for a sharper acumen as also a great stress buster. So the session at the Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga was added for about, it was only initially considered as a 45-minute session, but it was so popular with everybody in the previous batches that Dr. Poonam Singh ji has now made it an almost 2-hour session, and from 9:30 to 12:20. So it's a 3-hour session to the National Institute of Yoga. And I think by the time you come out of it, you'll be really benefited. Then there is a visit to the Central Information Commission on transparency and also citizens' participation in governance. And thereafter, you'll be visiting Taj Mahal. Everybody wants to visit Taj Mahal. It was a great demand of not only Maldivian civil servants, but also from the Civil Services Commission of Maldives. The then chairman wanted a visit to Taj Mahal included. Has anybody seen the Taj before, or is it your first visit? Has anybody seen the Taj? Oh, there are several hands, 3-4 hands going up. Oh, 5 hands, I see. 6. Oh, that's a lot of you have seen the Taj. Would you like to go back and see it, or you want to do something else that day? Would it be okay to go back to see the Taj Mahal that day on next Wednesday?
Obviously, we would like to visit once again.
Okay, okay. I'm sure it's a new group and a new visit is always great. So then there is a visit to the Zero Energy building at Paryavaran Bhavan, and then the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, which is one of our leading rail corporations in the country. Everybody works on time, and there is a higher level of work efficiency in that institution. And this is followed by a valedictory session, followed by lunch on Friday, and then bon voyage. So the second week is all meetings and visits. I think normally Poonam Singh ji allows you to visit Delhi Heart also. So I suppose on next week she will allow you one day or a half a day to visit local sightseeing in Delhi also. So let me welcome each of you and give you a brief overview of India's governance model. And the governance models in India are quite robust and rule bound. And our institutional evolution dates back to nearly 200 years. So in 1834, our national capital was shifted from Calcutta to New Delhi. And we had a joint secretariat arrangement with just 2 secretaries in Government of India. The Government of India dealt with important functions of legislation, and we have our local governments which dealt with the details. And the transaction of business rules, which were introduced in 1861, continue till this day as allocation of business rules of the government departments. The Central Secretariat initially had 4 departments. That was the Home Department, the Military Department, the Foreign Affairs, Finance. And by 1910, it had 8 departments based on functional needs. So we also added commerce, education, agriculture, and railways. And the secretaries to Government of India were responsible for careful observance of rules and orders and for correspondence with the Secretary of State, who was located in London. By 1899, the Secretariat instructions were issued to carry, and these carry on till this day, almost 123 years later, as the Central Secretariat Manual of Office Procedures. A lot of emphasis was placed on permanent records in the inherited memory of the department, and they felt that it should be perpetually put in print. So file notes were drawn up, and the capacity of undersecretaries, deputy secretaries, joint secretaries was determined based upon their capacity to write file notes. And the flag file system was also introduced. These continue till this day. In fact, one of the seminal viceroys of India, Lord Curzon, said that secretaries, deputy secretaries, and undersecretaries must write to prove their mettle. Only by doing so can they validate their abilities to the viceroy. So promotions were dependent on the acumen with which an officer could write a note. So we had a pyramidal organization that was headed by a secretary to the government at the top. There were deputy secretaries in the middle, and undersecretaries were introduced at the bottom. Thereafter, joint secretaries became a regular feature in our government by 1947, and additional secretaries were also appointed to deal with the expansion of government business. So files moved vertically in our secretariat from various sections to the government, and also they moved in the initial stages with state governments. And the regular pilgrimage of files was from within one department and also from one department to another department. Decision making is a highly process driven system and it requires multiple consultations. In fact, there are files which meander for several years, and Lord Curzon notes on one file that meandered for 3.5 years that it had wandered like an uneasy spirit through the departments of Government of India until at length it came to be exercised and laid. In 1947, we had 28 departments, 8 central administrative offices, a cabinet secretariat, and 20 ministries. Today, we have 84 departments and ministries and a cabinet secretary and about 300 attached subordinate and autonomous bodies. The complex governance challenges have necessitated this expansion. The Indian civil services capacity building programs existed even during the period of the East India Company. So covenanted civil servants had to pass an exam and undergo 2 years of training at the Haileybury Training College in Law, Political Science, and Indian Languages. Administrative reformers like Sir Charles Trevelyan and Robert Lowe felt the introduction of competitive examination offered a trustworthy system for recruitment to higher levels based on character and ability. Lord Macaulay felt that civil servants should go to India by 25 with a degree in general education. And we were trained in the rule of law. And by 1947, we had the Union Public Service Commission, which recruited us into the very halls that you are sitting today. 34 years ago, I also underwent training in the very same training. And I was told about the history of the service and the importance of rule-bound governance, ethical administration, values, leadership, the very same curriculum that are going to be taught to you over the next 1 week. We in the Department of Administrative Reforms are the custodian of several commissions and committees which are responsible for governance and personal administration. The broad thrust of public administration must be accountable and citizen-friendly, transparent, promote integrity, result-oriented, and it should improve performance. Let me mention to you some of the important commissions and committees that India had constructed and what they came up with. The first report on public administration was prepared by an ICS officer in 1951 called Mr. A.D. Gorwala. So Gorwala said that the IAS competency remains anchored in the foundational and non-negotiable values of integrity and credibility, commitment to larger public good against all odds. So when I see young officers like you who are coming to share our experience, this is the message that we would like you to take back. Commitment to larger public good against all odds. Integrity is one of the cardinal philosophical premises of good administration, and there is no truer maxim from the point of view of good administration than the old rule that what is not inspected is simply not done. So it has to be inspected to be done. The normative system of inspections of field officers, collectorates, divisional commissioner officers, night halts for field officers, including district collectors, remain valid to this day. So when I see a lot of principals of schools that are here, the message is important. Gurwala's principle is what is not inspected is simply not done. You have to keep a close watch on your subordinate staff, close watch on how the school systems run. Only then can governance models be strong. The second major report that I'll quote to you is the 1953 Paul Appleby survey. In fact, Appleby was serving as the dean of the Syracuse University Maxwell School of Public Administration when he was invited to India to undertake a study of public administration. And what he found was that performance management divisions are necessary and results framework documents should be created so that specific results-based governance models can be enabled. And we still continue to operate this recommendation of Paul Appleby in increasing efficiency in decision making in the Central Secretariat. Then another important report was the Santam Committee report of 1964, which looked at corruption in government and administrative delays, government taking upon themselves more than what they could manage, scope for personal discretion in the exercise of powers, cumbersome procedures. These were some of the reasons which Santanam felt were resulting in major categories of corruption. So the Santanam Committee resulted in establishment of a regulatory body called the Central Vigilance Commission, which is meant for institutional oversight to ensure accountability levels in government. Thereafter, we had the first Administrative Reforms Commission, the second Administrative Reforms Commission. Those of you who are interested in the history of India's civil service can look at the second ARC. It runs into more than 10,000 pages, 15 volumes of them, each of more than 300 to 500 pages. So they address the changing nature of administration from law and order agency to developmental administration, and a massive overhaul of the machinery of government was taken up. We've had several constitutional amendments, and you may like to see the Constitution of India. It's one of the largest written constitutions in the world. And the 73rd and 74th Amendment Acts of the Constitution resulted in decentralization and empowerment of our Panchayati Raj institutions and a significant shift in the governance model to district and subdivisional levels, and local elected bodies were put in place. In my career spanning about 33 years in government, which is nearly 50% of independent India's governance period, I have witnessed several critical milestones in capacity building programs. And let me list a few, and I'm sure the Civil Services Commission of Maldives would be taking care of replicating similar experiences in Maldives. Training in rule of law is very important. We're a nation that's deeply committed to democracy, and we have significant policy legislation to ensure equality before law, and justice must not only be done, but must be seen to be done. Deep knowledge and understanding and interpretation of the laws of the land is extremely important for civil servants. The Code of Criminal Procedure, the Code of Civil Procedure, the Indian Evidence Act, the Representation of Peoples Act, the Essential Commodities Act, state laws, these are some things that are taught to us when we went through the same esteemed lawns, and the corridors of Mussoorie. The central secretariat functioning also requires a deep understanding of the allocation of business rules. There is enough anecdotal evidence about the outstanding work that is done by field officers who have put service above self in fighting the pandemic, conducting free and fair elections, conducting court work, ensuring the supremacy of the rule of law to prevent administrative overreach, protect downtrodden and weaker sections, fight pressure groups, and ensuring institutional credibility. Understanding, updating, interpreting the law of the land necessitates constant capacity building, which is necessary for a strong governance model. So this is what we'd like you to take back. Understand the law. Importance on the rule of law is very, very high. The second is simplify a citizen's journey with government. An empowered citizen is the best example of ensuring government accountability and benchmarked governance. For this, focus on transparency and accessibility of information and timely redressal of public grievances and improving service delivery are important aspects. It also needs two-way communication. Digitization of government process has ensured significant empowerment of citizens. Capacity building programs with focus on simplifying a citizen's journey with government represents a next generation administrative reform. And you will be given this capacity building in one session on improving service delivery and redressal of public grievances, which would be taken by Mr. Alok Jain. The next generation administrative reforms can be seen by how best we can digitize models. Citizen's journey in a hospital, a citizen's journey in courts, a citizen's journey through public grievances. The focus on the individual citizen is very important. A good work environment is extremely important, and every Administrative Reforms Commission has tried to address the issue of stability of tenures, institutional credibility, civil servant-minister relationships, handling pressure groups, maintaining social harmony, and judicial oversight. Each of these aspects are extremely important for a healthy work environment and promoting a degree of specialization. Performance appraisal should be timely. Timely performance appraisal provides insights into areas in which an official has obtained domain expertise. And it's important that performance appraisal is against established and proven targets and competency levels are carefully assessed. India's founding theories of public administration are based on high, and these moral tones are outlined in our Indian Constitution, and these are mentioned as a code of ethics for civil servants, which include financial probity, integrity in work, intellectual honesty in tendering advice, and morality in personal life. A code of conduct envisages civil servants to be role model citizens well above the social norms of the times. Over the years, the nation's personnel policies have established functional and comprehensive systems for assessing reputations and honesty and probity in public life. To conclude, let me say that the people of India look up to the civil service to justice. There is great satisfaction that comes from ensuring timely justice and efficient administration. The citizen is the centrality of a civil servant's odyssey, and commitment to the larger public good is the defining goal. So let me welcome each of you to the 11th Capacity Building Program and wish you a very enjoyable stay at Mussoorie and Delhi over the next 2 weeks. Professor Poonam Singh ji is with you, and she would handhold you over the next few days on your sessions. She has been there from the inception of the program, and if any of you has any difficulties, you can exchange views with her, and she will be there to guide you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I will request Dr. B.S. Bish to please come and propose a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all. Honorable Sri V. Srinivasa, Secretary, Department of Administrative Reform and Public Grievances, and also the Director General of National Center for Good Governance, Government of India. My colleague from National Center for Good Governance, Professor Poonam Singh, Dr. A.P. Singh, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, and Dr. Mukesh Bhandari, and our most valued participant. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this very important event. At the onset, on behalf of the National Center for Good Governance, Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, Government of India, I deeply acknowledge immense support from Maldives Civil Service Commission and the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and thank them as they have played the key role in conceptualizing these programs, which are bound to result in a long and fruitful relationship. I would especially take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Director General, Sri V. Srinivasa, for taking time out despite his very busy schedule and gracing the occasion, and for his continued support, guidance, and motivation. Thanks to the Maldives Civil Service Commission for nominating such experienced officers to be part of this training program. I honestly hope that they will enrich the program through their knowledge, experiences, and cooperation during their 2 weeks of stay. I would also like to express my thanks to Professor Poonam Singh for her support in bringing this program to its present perspective. I extend my sincere thanks to the Director Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Sri K. Srinivas, for providing logistic support. My sincere thanks to all the invitees, esteemed guest speaker, for accepting our invitation for delivering their respective sessions for this important training program. Finally, I would like to thank the training team at NCGG who have contributed immensely and worked wholeheartedly to make this training program successful, especially Dr. A.P. Singh, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Dr. Mukesh, among others. I also thank all other colleagues at NCGG who are working in the foreground and as well as those in the background for all the logistics support and hard work involved in the bringing this event together. So thank you very much. Thanks once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And once again, I will take this opportunity to thank our Director General for sparing his valuable time. And friends, we will break for tea break and a group photograph downstairs, and then we come back at 11:05 for the first session of the program. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank you because I hope that all the participants are very, very benefited to listen your kind. I think the overall sight of the civil servants aspect and flavor of the government of India. So thank you so much, sir. We assure that this training program shall be conducted in a very, very, I think, a disciplined manner, and yes, academic aspect very learned. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Poonamji. Thank you, Dr. Bish. All good wishes. Bye-bye.